Hey everyone, Tofu here. Welcome back to SDRA 2. We are still in the Chapter 3 trial, and I don't know how much more we have left of it. I feel like we don't have a ton of stuff left to talk about, but at the same time, we have not had an intermission yet, so I don't know how much left there is here. All I know is I am finishing the trial today. Probably not this episode for you, but today, as of recording, I intend to finish the chapter today, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's just continue. We left off after a non-stop debate that I was confused about. I forget what it was about because it's been a few days since I recorded, but they'll remind us here, hopefully. Nikkei, I'm afraid that would be impossible. Why? I get that you have barely enough time, but if you move at full speed... Sora's right. 2 minutes is far from enough when you're trying to hide 10 body pieces. And more importantly, the ghost house fuse box is the problem. They opened it to cut the wires, remember? That means they had to visit the innermost part of the ghost house. The fuse box was located just beside the entrance to the altar, and the altar is located innermost in the ghost house. Just going to and fro would take up all the time. Maybe there was a secret passage that only the culprit knew of. They could have hidden the body there, and gained access to the fuse box as well. Please, can someone knock some sense into him? There's no way that kind of passage would exist. I was wondering about that, if there was some kind of secret room or something in there that we haven't seen yet. The most crucial thing is, if the culprit carried the body to the ghost house, the person who saw that should have noticed it. So, how is it, Iroha? Did my sister enter the ghost house holding something in her hands, or not? What? Whoa, why are you so flustered?
Well, I just didn't expect to get called. What did you say?
Iroha, it seems like you're not very fond of the fact that you have your head attached to your neck. Jesus Christ. Would it kill you to please pay attention? You told us that you saw my sis entering the ghost house around 1755.
Oh! She was empty-handed. If she was holding a piece of the corpse, I would have recognized it.
See? So that means we didn't transport the body directly to the ghost house. I cannot be the culprit. And as mentioned before, there are too many contradictions to suspect my sister as the culprit. I have something to inquire, Kanade. You have successfully shown us that you cannot be the culprit. But that doesn't mean you yourself admit that your first theory was wrong. Then now that it's come to this, who do you think is the actual culprit? That's, well... Honestly, I also need to think through this again. I was so focused in proving my innocence that I haven't come up with another theory yet. Shobai, how about you? This is the first time you stood up in a class trial. Is there any other theory you'd provide us with? Uh-oh. Wait a sec, I need to clear my thoughts. I missed something. Something big. What is it?
Is this... No, it can't be. Our two brains are stumped. Please give it your all. We're all counting on you.
This case is honestly so complex that even I cannot get a good grasp on it.
Oh no. We're doomed. I knew we needed Kokoro. If Kokoro was here, she would have solved the case immediately. If only she hadn't been killed.
Iroha, would you please shut up? We're all doing our best, but... Yeah. I'm tired. I want to go home. Mama, Papa. Please, would someone clog her mouth or something? Uh-oh. We have been through 2 class trials. Of course they were difficult, and we were stumped a couple of times. But this is the first time that our reasoning came to a stop completely. The culprit of this case, who is it? How did they kill Setsuka? Even Kanade, who is the smartest out of us all, is having a hard time coming up with a solution. A person with no special Jesus Christ. A person with no special brains or talent like me would never hope to help everyone in this case. I've got it. Oh, great. What are you gonna say? I don't trust her. I don't trust her at this point. Kanade? So that was it. Everyone, I know the culprit now. Really?
Oh, Kanade, I knew it! I believed in you! Hooray!
I need to thank Shobai for this. Without him, I would have believed it without a doubt that my sister was the culprit. Nor would I have realized that the gate records had been rigged and that my sister was used. So you admit to the fact that Hibiki is an accomplice? No, my sister was an accomplice.
She was just literally used by the real culprit, the poor thing. This case was performed by a single person, a meticulous one at that.
So who is it?
Let me spell out the clues to you. Follow along with me, everyone. First, just as Shobai said, they are left-handed.
Oh no, she's gonna pin Iroha. It's not actually her, though. I mean, it's not, no. I mean, I had a bit of suspicion on her, but I could chalk that up to just being red herrings. Kanade is just acting so weird. That, like, what the fuck? Alright.
And they provided us with a false testimony so that my poor sis would get suspected. And they had an alibi during the parade so that they could freely move around the monorail. I'm sure you've all realized who I'm talking about, right?
Left-handed, false account, has an alibi during the parade. The person who fits all of that criteria is... No, don't make... This is what's gonna get us to the intermission, isn't it? This can't be right! What? No! How would she have known about Hibiki? How did she... What? No! Don't do this to me! The person who fits all the criteria is Iroha Naijiu. I still never found out how to pronounce her last name. My bad. It has to be you.
Hooray for Kanade! She has easily tracked down the culprit for us! What?
No! Oh, well, this is an awkward intermission. I literally just started recording the episode. Oh, well. Oh, they can't be doing... No, that can't be right! Why has Kanade been so fucking weird? No, this is a trap. This is a trap. It has to be. It doesn't make sense. What the fuck? No. Alright, well, let's keep going. Don't do this to me. Don't pull a fucking DRA 1, Chapter 4, where I literally lose my two favorite characters in the same chapter again. Do not do this to me. Good God. The only person who matches the criteria that Kanade mentioned is you, Iroha.
No, wait! Why am I the culprit? Why this all of a sudden?
Then let me explain, step by step. Sora, could you show me the pool gate records once more? Firstly, like Shobai said, Setsuka died in the pool in the morning specifically. Iroha called Setsuka to the pool in the morning. So Setsuka enters at 8:44, and Iroha enters at 8:45. Okay. Sure, let's go with that.
Wait, I never entered the pool, like, ever!
Shut up, you murderer. You used my sister to murder Setsuka and then blamed the whole murder on me? Now you're going to pay.
But I never...
So, then what? Then she killed Setsuka on the spot. Uh-huh. And left the pool at 9:22 to set up the signpost, and she goes off to gather the tools needed to cut up the body. Huh? But if she killed her on the spot, why would she be in there that long if she wasn't even cutting up the body at that point? So that wasn't Hibiki. Oh, that's Yugi. So that wasn't Hibiki entering, but Iroha leaving? Yeah, Setsuka's handbook. Okay. Then Setsuka's ID, DJ6SX7, would show an output. She then returns to the pool at 9:54. This time, she has to use her own handbook. Oh, so nobody was in the pool since 9:54. She's going with the same logic as Shobai, but I see that this approach also makes sense. Okay. She finishes preparing the body for 12:54, and after eliminating any traces left, she leaves the pool using Setsuka's handbook. Okay. By doing this, Iroha will leave the pool, but an in-output will be saved according to the records. Wait, let me get this straight. Shobai's theory was that the corpse was cut up between 12:53 and 17:54, right? And you're suggesting that it was instead done between 9:54 and 12:54.
Yes. 3 hours should be just enough time to do the job. And by this way, we solve the mystery of why it took 3 hours just to bring the dismemberment tools.
You're right, Shobai's theory was acceptable, but not being able to explain 3 hours is a bit weird. Then the dismemberment process was already done by 12:54? But doesn't that leave too much time until we find the corpse?
Listen carefully, I'll explain everything. 12:54, Iroha kept all the corpse pieces into one place before leaving the pool. Later, at 17:24, she uses her handbook to in herself to bring the corpse pieces out. And 1 minute later, 17:25, she uses Satsuka's handbook to leave the pool. We can now perfectly explain the gate records of the pool by this logic.
I guess so. But I mean, couldn't anyone have done that? I see. So it was possible to rig the records even without an accomplice. I guess it would have been for the culprit to create no-out records to avoid any suspicion from the pool. But both mine and Shobai's theory has limitations in that regard. I guess there was a reason for the culprit to do so. Really? Did Iroha actually?
Wait, I'm really not the culprit. I never heard of any of this. Shut up. I'm not done with my theory. Now, the next part. Iroha, who has successfully finished her job at the pool, moves the corpse pieces to the Block C monorail station. Later, she herself runs to Block A.
But isn't that the same as Shobai's theory?
Wait just a bit on that. Now's the important part. After Iroha arrives at Block A, she needs to enter the ghost house at 17:55. Here, it doesn't really matter that much whether she uses her handbook or Satsuka's, but it was probably better to use her own. I'll explain this a bit later. As I said before, she goes inside to cut the wires of the ghost house fuse box. And she uses Satsuka's handbook to leave.
Wait, what the hell are you on about now? That's exactly what you said was impossible when I brought it up. Satsuka's handbook is at the monorail station of Block C. How are you going to turn her handbook on? I was going to ask that too, but I guess he was faster. Yeah, what's the smile for? The theory you're trying to propose just substituted the culprit from you to Bubblehead. With everything else, you're basically saying the same stuff.
Honestly, can you even hear yourself? You just have to carry the hands, right?
You said that was impossible? Yeah. But Kanade, didn't you yourself say that was impossible?
It would be impossible for Sis, but definitely possible with Iroha.
Why?
Iroha actually has a pretty handy tool to hide the hands.
And what's that?
Her hat.
Oh. I don't want that to be true just because that's gross.
What? Both Sis and I have no ideal space to carry the hands without being seen. The pockets are too small to shove the hands in, and if we try to hide it within our clothes, it would stick out and seem unnatural. You need to both not be seen and also be able to pull it out whenever needed. This is a case where every minute and second matters. The hand must have been readily available whenever the situation called for it.
And you're suggesting that the hiding place was Iroha's hat?
If you put the severed hands on your head and put the hat on top, you would hold it in place and wouldn't seem unnatural. Not only that, but you could also pull it out whenever you wanted to turn the handbook on, so it matches every condition I just mentioned.
Well, hang on, I don't remember, wasn't Satsuka's hands still attached to her arms? There's no way that would fit under her hat, right? Or am I misremembering? Were the arms cut separately? I don't know.
And technically speaking, Iroha's hat isn't a tool, but an attire she always wears, so she wouldn't cause any suspicion as well.
So basically, she put the hands on top of her head. Ugh.
Why would I do such a horrible thing? And the one who entered the ghost house was Hibiki, not me. I saw it with my own eyes.
I don't like that she has a new sprite.
That's exactly why I'm suspecting you, Iroha. If you, perhaps, lied about seeing my sister, you have no alibi.
But why would she do that if it can be disproven? Like, how would she... Obviously, like, Hibiki doesn't remember because of her memory. But how would Iroha have known that? How? What?
But I'm not the one. Hibiki, tell her the truth. I don't know. I can't remember. Shobai, is there anything left bothering you? I'll take that as a no. Then let's continue. Iroha causes a blackout at the ghost house, then moves to the Block A monorail station. When the monorail resumes its operation at 18 o'clock, she rides it back to Block C to move the corpse. That part is the same as Shobai's theory. This is the important part. Iroha must have hid the body parts near the ghost house. The place that I suspect is the small park in front of the ghost house. Perhaps in one of the bushes there? Wait, but then we're stuck at the same place as before. You guys searched Block A, so if somebody had hidden that kind of stuff... Yes, that's why I'm suspecting Iroha. It was Iroha who investigated the park area. Ugh! Shobai said it just now, didn't he? That all the culprit has to do is hide the corpse in the place they were supposed to investigate. Well, I was unable to do so because I investigated the place furthest away from the ghost house. The park that Iroha investigated was right across the ghost house. In terms of distance, she'd have no problems. She just pretended to investigate and she lied about there being nothing? Just like Shobai said?
Liar, liar, pants on fire!
Exactly what part am I not making sense to you?
But, it was you who told me to investigate the park area. How was I supposed to know beforehand that you would assign me to that place?
I see, that was my bad. But I had no idea you were the filthy culprit back then. However, even if I told you to investigate some other place, wouldn't you have volunteered to investigate the park?
What?
Anyway, Sora investigated near the ghost house, so the only option left for you was probably the park. So that's why you chose that place. He was a pretty smart act considering it was coming from Iroha. You deserve some praise.
No, I said I'm not the culprit.
After that, well, you all know the drill, right? She hid the corpse and came back to us, and pretended to join in our investigation, and carries the corpse from the park to the ghost house once Sora leaves this place. This was around 1942. Since the last time she used the ghost house gate, she used Setsuka's handbook. She uses her own handbook to enter the ghost house. The way she'd be able to create an ID from around 1750 without an out record. Well, hang on. Wasn't Iroha with us when we got the message from Setsuka's handbook? How could she have done that? How could she... Right? Was she not with us? I'm pretty sure she was. Or was she not? No, maybe she wasn't actually. 'Cause it was only Sora, Yuki, Shinji, and Kanade, I think. I think she was still on her own. Fuck. Oh, I think that's right. Also, from here on out, speed is key. As such, since it'll be difficult to use Setsuka's handbook, she would have used her own handbook for convenience. This is why I told you before that Iroha would have used her own handbook first. After entering, Iroha prepares the final step to her plan. She puts the body parts on the altar, uses the blood packs to create a bloody mess, then hides behind the sliding screen near the entrance. After the body announcement, she pretends like she just entered the place, and voila! From corpse moving to false alibi to false evidence, she did it all by herself. Iroha.
No, I told you I'm not the culprit. Yeah, if seeing Hibiki entering the ghost house was a lie. The hairpin. How can you explain the hairpin from the ghost house?
He obviously just stole them beforehand. Sister was clearly not herself after the motive reveal yesterday night. Even a toddler would have been able to take it from her.
When did I ever have a chance to steal that? You were the one who told us that Hibiki refused to come out of her room this morning.
That was still this morning. I have no idea of where she was and what she did afterwards. I only met her again after we found the corpse. Or do you have any proof that you didn't meet my sister in that time?
Well, that I can't,
I'm not trying to blame you or anything, but didn't you arrive late after the body announcement? The body was found in Block A, yet you arrived even later than Yaruko and Nikke, who were in Block C. Why is that, I wonder?
Well, that's because I was the only one who didn't receive Setsuka's message. You told me later that you received a weird message, right? Yaruko is heading towards the ghost house anyways because of that message.
That is true, but based on our observations so far, that message was sent by the culprit as well, right?
What?
Sure, all messages from Setsuka today was sent by the culprit. That is all the more reason that the culprit needed to carry Satsuka's hand at all times. As I said before, the only person capable of easily transporting Satsuka's hands is Iroha.
Well, this is... So Hiroa really did...
Shobai, I'd like to know your thoughts on this.
Her theory itself has no contradictions, but the fact that the Bubblehead girl thought of a trick this high-leveled, that itself could be considered a contradiction.
He's right. How could someone as stupid as me think of a murder this complicated?
You're saying that about yourself? Well, she could have been acting all this time. A wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will.
That's not true. I'm innocent. Please believe me.
If you claim that you're not the culprit, then where's your rebuttal? This is literally the same situation that we put my sis in. Tell me, what is the difference between you going on about your innocence without any logic to back it up and sis bawling her eyes out?
Illogical! Nonsense! What the fuck is that face? Girl, your eyes are glowing. Stop that.
You're asking to be executed. Seems like Hiroha's backed into a corner. Is she really the culprit? Kanade and Shobai did most of the reasoning, and there doesn't seem like there are any contradictions. Then I guess they're right.
What? Silence from both the attacking team and the defenders. Have you come to a conclusion? I'm sure you're all aware since this is the third-class trial, but you cannot take back your decision. Now then, everyone vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you. Will that answer be the truth or not? Fufu.
Wait, no. We cannot settle this now. We do not have enough, decisive evidence.
I'm willing to accept that it might be Aroha. It certainly is possible. But, we still don't have enough. We still don't have enough solid proof. Now vote! Oh, shit! He's objecting? Okay. Objection! What? Interrupting the voting again?
What is it, Mikado?
Something was bothering me all this time, and I finally know what it is. I'm not trying to side with Aroha, but I saw something back then. Saw what? According to Kanade's theory, Aroha should have dismembered the corpse between 9:54 and 12:54, correct? But I saw Aroha goofing around painting pictures near the harbor around 11.
What?
Oh yeah, I was drawing pictures at the port at that time.
Really? Huh. I mean, it's Mikado, so it's hard to know if he's fully telling the truth or not here, but also why would he lie? Why would he cover for Aroha? For whatever reason. I don't know. He wants the game to continue. He doesn't want things to stray from the plan, even though I think things clearly did. So I don't know. Why I don't understand why he would lie about this. So I'm gonna believe it. Also, because I don't want it to be Aroha. Wait, why weren't you investigating? Because she's Aroha. She doesn't fucking do that. She's just a girl.
Well, I thought it would raise my spirits.
That isn't the important part. If Aroha was at the port around that time, then that means Kanade's theory is completely wrong.
Mikado, I take back every bad thing I said about you. Thank you for helping me.
I most certainly didn't do it for you. Now that it's come to this, we're back to square one once again. My, what a troublesome situation. Wait, can we even believe this guy?
What's wrong, bro?
I mean, how can we tell if that's true or not, when it's Mikado of all people? Mikado has always meddled with us, so this time he would be trying to stop us from getting the answer right, but why would he do that? He doesn't want us all to die right now, he wants the game to keep going to the end. Excuse me, why would I lie if not getting the answer right also cost me my life? How should I know? Maybe you're behind all this and did it to survive on your own. After all, you're the one who gave us those motive videos, right?
Well, yeah, he is the mastermind, so yeah. Shinji's right. You're seriously saying that after all you've done so far? What makes you think you have the right to speak? Don't speak such nonsense. Iroha was definitely at the pool at that time.
I'm sorry, but I also can't believe his words that easily. If it wasn't for his testimony, Kanade's theory is perfect.
But he doesn't gain anything by lying out of this. If it was anyone else, Shobai even, I would have at least tried to believe it, but Mikado? Am I that untrustworthy? Of course! You're the mastermind for crying out loud. Technically speaking, you're the reason we're doing this class trial in the first place.
Just this once, please believe Mikado. No, please believe in me. I really am innocent.
I'd rather place my trust on dogs dropping than on him. How cruel of you all! At least take this seriously.
Is Iroha really the culprit? Iroha does seem like she's telling the truth. Of course, it could be her acting. Mikado is saying that he saw Iroha in the morning. I should think of something as well. Think of any information regarding Iroha. It could be the missing key to solving whether or not Iroha's the Blackened.
Logic Craft. Oh, this is the spaceship one again, right? Yes. Okay. Let's see if it's any off. It's worse than last time. It wasn't that bad. Once I understood that you just have to hold the button. It wasn't that bad. Okay. Okay, no, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Oh my god. I'm not taking damage. Okay, I took one. That's fine. Yeah, it's just the delay on it is so weird. But I mean, if you just keep that in mind, it's not awful. Also, the hitboxes are kind of jank that you can kind of bump into them and be fine. Ow. I get healed between phases, right? Please tell me I get healed between phases. Before the parade, when was the last time we met Iroha? It was during breakfast, right? We saw her then. Is this where they're gonna... is this where they're gonna talk about her possibly stealing the stuff from the infirmary at that time? Okay, got healed, good. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Ow. Oh my god, dude, the delay on this... What?! What the fuck? Fuck me, I guess, for choosing the wrong path. My bad, should have seen that coming. That's bullshit, what the fuck? Wait, is there something... Oh, shit. Come on! Okay, I think I made it. Was there something different with the red tiles that I forgot? I didn't read. What did we do with Iroha during breakfast? We drank her coffee. Was it really like poisoned or something? Is that why Sora blacked out? Sorry. Alright. Last one. Ow. Ugh. Okay. Ow. 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 Come on. We're so close. Oh god. Oh god. I think I made it. Alright. What happened? Okay, there we go. What happened after we drank Iroha's coffee? Turned Super Saiyan. Suddenly felt sleepy. But... What is it? I'm trying to remember, because, like... Who... Didn't Mikado make her coffee? I got 90 points for that. I didn't even have a miss penalty. What? Alright, fine. I'm gonna save just in case I fuck something up, so I don't have to do that again.